Mountain lions are the biggest threat to Colorado sheep farmers. But will mountain lions succeed in their hunts when they have to face off against intelligent and resilient sheepdogs? In today's video, we will explore the spectacular confrontation between sheepdogs and mountain lions to protect their flocks of sheep. Watch the whole video to not miss any interesting details. We are witnessing a thrilling chase and sniffing between dogs and wild mountain lions. Due to their greater numbers, the dogs are not afraid to confront the notorious predator. On the contrary, the mountain lion has to stay high up, only growling in an attempt to scare the dogs away from its territory. Thanks to the advantage of the terrain and its excellent climbing ability, the mountain lion has avoided the attacks of the dogs. So, why are these dogs confronting mountain lions? The reason was that this mountain lion had attacked the farmer's sheep farm before. It caused significant damage to the farmer. Not only did they lose a few sheep, but also had to pay for the treatment of the remaining sheep in the herd. When attacked and chased by a mountain lion, the sheep often panic and stop eating, even affecting their ability to reproduce, thus causing the farm owner to suffer great economic losses. To prevent attacks by mountain lions and other wild animals, ranchers use sheepdogs to protect their flocks and ward off the notorious predators. Sheepdogs are large, strong, and have a natural instinct to protect livestock. Therefore, when wild predators approach the farm, sheepdogs are the first to detect danger and warnings for farmers. When mountain lions are spotted around the farm, dogs act as the first line of defense. They alert farmers and sheep by barking furiously, which is also a threat signal to the animals. The dogs will hunt, but if the mountain lion does not retreat, they will confront it directly. When a sheepdog encounters a mountain lion, the confrontation can be fierce. Mountain lions are very strong and capable of killing a dog, but sheepdogs are trained to work in packs, using teamwork to confront predators. Outnumbered, sheepdogs have often successfully driven off predatory wild animals. However, confrontations can be dangerous for sheepdogs, especially if they are alone with a mountain lion or if the predator is aggressive. Injuries are common, and in some cases, a sheepdog has died while protecting livestock. However, these dogs are extremely resilient, and their protective instincts mean they are willing to risk their lives to protect their livestock. If ranchers are experiencing significant livestock losses from mountain lions, more drastic measures may be needed. Hunting with guns and dogs is also effective in controlling this predator. Bloodhounds are often used to track and hunt mountain lions, with the dogs following the scent of the animal and leading the hunter to its location. Once the mountain lion has been driven into a tree or corner by the dogs, the hunter uses a high-caliber rifle to ensure a quick and humane kill. The use of dogs allows hunters to locate and track cougars in rugged and difficult-to-access mountainous terrain. Mountain lions are managed in most states in the United States to maintain sustainable populations. As a result, in many areas, hunters are required to have a hunting license or special tag to hunt mountain lions. Violations of hunting regulations can result in fines and, in severe cases, jail time for hunters and farmers. So, besides harming livestock and poultry, what other serious problems do mountain lions cause? In areas with large mountain lion populations, they frequently enter residential areas and pose a safety hazard. There have been several reports of people being attacked and seriously injured by mountain lions, raising safety concerns for communities near mountain lion habitats. Domestic pets such as dogs and cats can fall prey to mountain lions. These apex predators often sneak up at night and are so stealthy that no one can detect them. Many pet dogs and cats have been attacked. This dog was targeted and almost became a late-night meal for a mountain lion, but luckily it escaped. Mountain lions are a protected species, but they also pose a threat to farmers in the areas where they live. In addition to control, conservation measures are needed to prevent their numbers from declining. Gunshots that rang out in the quiet night killed nearly 100 coyotes, but that didn't calm the anger of the farmers. Their herd of cows had been attacked and eaten by these predators the night before, and the loss of a whole herd of cows made them angry and determined to exterminate them. Let's follow the farmers to see how they deal with hundreds of coyotes in one night. Perhaps the cows on this farm had a terrible night because of the hunting and chasing of the coyotes. Although they were large adult cows, they were still taken down painfully. Because the damage was too great, the farmers would not ignore these pests. They were determined to destroy them, to protect the remaining livestock. Coyotes have long been a serious threat to North American cattle farmers. These true predators can kill dozens of cattle overnight without farmers noticing them. Although they are smaller than other wild wolves, coyotes are no less capable hunters when operating in packs. These attacks often occur at night when cows are grazing or resting, and coyotes are active in the dark. A coyote attack can be devastating to a farmer's livestock, not only causing direct economic losses, but also stressing the herd, which can lead to other health problems. Farmers have tried many methods to control this aggressive predator, such as building sturdy electric fences or setting traps, but they have not been very effective. Stronger measures are needed, so using guns to kill coyotes is the most effective way to protect livestock. Guns are an effective and immediate way to eliminate a threat, especially for farmers in remote areas where other methods may be less effective. Farmers use rifles or shotguns are used to control coyote populations on their land. The choice of gun depends on a number of factors, including terrain, distance, and the size of the coyote. Large caliber rifles like the .223 Remington are commonly used for their accuracy and range, ensuring that the coyote is taken down before it reaches the farm. To be effective in controlling them, farmers often patrol their land at night or dawn when coyotes are most active. Coyote hunting at night is always accompanied by thermal imaging equipment, which is also a necessary tool for every hunter. Farmers use thermal binoculars to detect animal tracks in the dark. The images of coyotes or livestock on the farm will appear clearly, helping farmers to identify them from a distance. With this equipment, farmers hunting at night can cover more terrain and track the movements of animals clearly. When spotting coyotes, farmers need to combine skill, patience, and precision to ensure a hit. Some ranchers use hunting dogs to help track prey, locate, and kill the animals more easily. The shooting position is very important because it determines the ability to take down a coyote in the fastest and most humane way. Aim at the head or lungs of the coyote, which will help kill the prey easily. There is still much debate about coyote hunting, and conservationists argue that more moderate methods, such as using acoustic devices or chemical repellents, should be used to scare coyotes away without harming them. However, the reality is that it is the farmers who suffer the greatest losses, who can lose much more property and have their livelihoods disrupted. Therefore, for farmers, the use of firearms to control coyotes is considered the most effective and inevitable measure. Do you know how farmers usually deal with coyotes after hunting them? The fur is the most valuable part of the coyote, and farmers often process the skins on the spot after the hunt. The skinning process must be done carefully, so as not to damage the fur. The remaining parts are often shipped to predator farms to make the most of the cost. Today, coyotes are still a major enemy of farmers in North America and Canada. Hunting and control of these animals still takes place every day, and the effect is to reduce attacks on livestock farms. The past few days have been perhaps the worst for farmers in Florida, USA, as Hurricane Helena has just passed. The scariest thing is that before they could recover, an even stronger hurricane hit. The next storm to hit was Hurricane Milton, with terrifying winds. Storm after storm has caused misery for thousands of American farmers as their farms, crops, and homes were destroyed. This shows the power of nature. No matter how terrible it is, it can still cripple the economy of a superpower for years. Even in an era of advanced science and technology, humans cannot withstand devastating natural disasters. Within 20 days, the United States had to face consecutive disasters from two storms, Helena and Milton, which are considered the strongest storms in 100 years and could cause hundreds of billions of dollars in damage to the United States. Millions of people were evacuated from the storm's eye for safety, but livestock, poultry, and millions of tons of farm produce were destroyed. According to some reports, more than $14.8 billion in crop and livestock production was affected. Nearly 100,000 farms were affected by the massive storm. According to preliminary statistics, poultry was hit hardest by Hurricane Helene. Poultry production is the dominant agricultural industry in the region, with an estimated $6.3 billion worth of poultry products produced in Florida each year. Georgia and North Carolina, which account for a quarter of the U.S. broiler chicken supply, were among the hardest hit. It is estimated that the storms in recent days have killed nearly 3 million chickens and thousands of pigs and cows across Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas. In many areas, strong winds flattened poultry houses, with reports in Florida showing that about 1 in 7 broiler houses were damaged or destroyed. These losses were not only reduces poultry supplies immediately, but also hampers local production capacity for months or even years. Rebuilding housing and equipment will be costly and time-consuming. In addition, the impact of the storm also directly affects the supply of food and clean water, leading to the risk of disease outbreaks in surviving poultry. The livestock and dairy industries were not spared from the devastating storm. The storm destroyed large areas of pasture and many farms, causing large numbers of beef and dairy cattle to be scattered. In many, next month, producers will face more challenges due to reduced feed supplies. The aftermath of the storm was massive flooding, which could sweep away hundreds of farm animals. There were many accidental footages of animals being swept away by the flood to show how severe the damage was. Not only livestock are affected, but fruit and nut farms are also not immune to storm surges or flooding. Total fruit and nut production across Florida counties is about $1.9 billion a year. Georgia is the second largest blueberry producer in the United States, with an estimated value of $156 million a year. Florida accounts for 13% of the nation's strawberry production. All farms in the area, these are all heavily flooded. With this situation, it is certain that in the future, the cost of food and fruits in the US will skyrocket due to insufficient supply. Therefore, the US government must take effective post-storm recovery measures to ensure stable food supply and prices. Leading the recovery effort is the United States Department of Agriculture, or USDA, which has issued announcements to help farmers restore and rebuild their farms. If you are a farmer affected by the storm, please make a list of all the damage, record videos or photos to send to the USDA. This organization has programs to support farmers affected by natural disasters, such as providing low-interest loans, providing technical and financial assistance for long-term recovery plans. In addition, support for restoring infrastructure, emergency treatment of animals killed by the storm is also carried out to avoid environmental impacts and the risk of disease outbreaks. If you are a struggling farmer, contact your local USDA organization for help. Overall, the devastating storms have created serious and lasting hardships for American farmers, threatening their livelihoods, infrastructure, and future productivity. Hopefully, the storms will pass soon, and American farmers will be able to get back on their feet.
No way over there until we repair that, other than down through.
When it comes to Egypt, most of us will surely think of the pyramid symbol that has existed for thousands of years. But few people know that this country is also famous for the most unique pigeon towers in the world. These towers were built in all areas of Egypt for the purpose of raising pigeons. So now, let's explore with us the unique way of raising pigeons of Egyptian farmers. These birds were prized for their meat, which was once considered a major source of protein for the Egyptian people. As a result, pigeon farming is still considered one of the most important industries in Egypt today. They are kept mainly in unique towers that you won't find anywhere else. The pigeon towers were carefully designed to house hundreds, sometimes thousands of pigeons. The towers were made of mud bricks, which helped to create a cool environment during Egypt's scorching summer days. Each tower has small niches, often meticulously crafted in rows, where pigeons can nest. These niches provide ideal conditions for pigeon breeding, ensuring a steady supply of birds, pigeons, and their byproducts. Depending on the region, farmers build different pigeon tower structures, but they all have the same function. Most are built in a honeycomb structure, allowing birds to easily fly inside. The towers are usually cylindrical or conical in shape, ensuring stability and ease of construction. Openings at the top of the tower allow pigeons to enter and exit freely, and the height of the pigeon towers also minimizes the risk of being attacked by predators such as snakes or wild birds. Farmers use different materials such as palm leaves and wooden sticks to create landing spaces for pigeons, making them comfortable to perch. This design also functions to make it easier for farmers to collect manure from the base of the tower, which can then be distributed to the fields as fertilizer. Millions of pigeons live in thousands of pigeon towers built across Egypt. Although the towers are more complex to build than closed pigeon farms, Egyptian farmers still commonly apply this form of farming because it has many unique advantages. Pigeons living in towers have been studied to have better welfare because they are free to fly and forage. One of the main reasons why pigeon towers flourished in Egypt was the use of pigeon droppings as fertilizer. Rich in nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, pigeon droppings were considered superior to other fertilizers. Egyptian farmers used the droppings to increase soil fertility in the Nile Delta, allowing them to grow more abundant crops such as wheat, barley, and vegetables. The use of pigeon droppings became an essential aspect of Egyptian agriculture, especially after the annual flooding of the Nile. When the waters receded, farmers would apply pigeon droppings to their fields, ensuring that the soil remained rich for the next growing season. Pigeon farming and pigeon tower construction brought many economic and social benefits to the Egyptian people. First, pigeons are a relatively low-maintenance livestock option. They have few resources for food and shelter, but produce valuable products. This makes pigeon farming an attractive business for small-scale farmers, because it provides a steady source of income with little initial investment. Pigeon meat is highly nutritious and is commonly consumed by Egyptians of all social classes. Pigeon meat is often stewed, roasted, or dried for preservation. Pigeons are also traded in local markets, creating an economic source of income around these pigeon farms. In rural Egypt, pigeon farming has become a community activity, with families and villages working together to build towers and manage pigeons. Not only does it help the local economy, it also helps stabilize the lives of farmers. By the end of September 2023, the total sow herd in China reached about 45 million, making an impressive recovery from the difficulties caused by the epidemic. With the goal of rebuilding the livestock industry, China has produced millions of piglets to meet domestic demand and increase productivity. So, how can they produce such a huge number of piglets? Let's explore the process and technology of piglet production at lightning speed. China is the world's largest pork consumer, with an annual demand of about 54 million tons, accounting for half of the total global pork production. Pork is not only a staple food, but also an indispensable part of the rich culinary culture of the people here. Currently, the pig farming industry in China can produce about 57.94 million tons of pork per year. After the African swine fever (ASF) crisis in 2018, millions of pigs in China were wiped out, leading to a surge in imports of piglets from abroad. Therefore, the country has invested heavily in developing high-quality pig breeds to meet domestic demand and avoid dependence on imports. One of China's efforts to create quality pig breeds is to apply genetic crossbreeding technology. These studies have helped create healthy pigs that are highly resistant to disease and grow faster. Local pig breeds with good qualities will be used and combined with excellent pig breeds imported from abroad. Currently, the most popular pig breeds raised in China include Habei pigs, Beijing black pigs, Xinhua pigs, Hubei pigs, Duroc pigs, Shanghai pigs, and Yorkshire pigs, etc. Most recently, they have crossbred and created a pig breed called Lanxi with outstanding productivity. This is a pig breed with high lean meat ratio and fast growth rate, thereby bringing higher profits. To achieve this, China has applied modern technology, commonly known as pig chip. This technology allows automatic analysis of multiple DNA samples at the same time, rapid synthesis and creation of a gene source with the most optimal characteristics. In addition, artificial insemination is also applied to increase the conception efficiency of the pig herd. process of creating healthy, quality piglets requires special care. Sows are raised in a clean environment with strict control over temperature, humidity, and nutrition. Automatic feeders and diets are designed specifically for each stage of development, ensuring the best reproductive health. The first pigs will be raised in spacious, large barns. During pregnancy, they are regularly checked for health. The average gestation period of sows is 114 days. Special attention must be paid to miscarriage or early termination of pregnancy. When it is time to breed, they will be placed in separate pens. This confinement will continue throughout the lactation period. However, confinement in small spaces also causes mixed opinions as the sows are restricted in their movements, which can affect their behavior. It is necessary to care for piglets as soon as possible after birth. The appropriate temperature for piglets in the first week is 30 to 35 degrees Celsius, then gradually decrease until weaning. Usually, piglets will suckle their mother's milk for the first 3 to 4 weeks, then switch to a weaning diet to grow quickly. In addition, farms now focus on vaccination and health monitoring for piglets to minimize the risk of disease. Not only investing in breed research, China is also a pioneer in building large-scale farms, applying modern technology to operations. Some prominent models include pig farming projects in high-rise buildings equipped with modern automatic equipment and machinery. In recent years, the pork crisis has brought pig farms into the city. The livestock industry is no longer limited to rural areas. You can see these farms in Beijing. In addition, smart devices and AI systems are also used to monitor the health and behavior of pigs. Facial recognition and voice scanning technology help detect pigs that are coughing, preventing epidemics in time. Currently, China has been able to self-supply 90% of piglets for the livestock industry, basically controlling the breeding problem. The breeding process takes place through selective breeding. Each litter usually produces 10 to 14 piglets, depending on the breed and care conditions. With more than 40 million sows, capable of giving birth 2 to 3 litters per year, the number of piglets produced is extremely large. Thanks to scientific care methods, the survival rate of piglets has been improved to 90%. Despite many successes, the pig farming industry in China still faces many challenges. This country is located in the area most affected by the epidemic. In addition, the cost of raising pigs in China is much higher than in other countries, so they have to constantly look for solutions to reduce these problems. In the future, the pig farming industry in China will continue to develop, as domestic demand is still increasing. With the continuous development of technology, it will be easier to increase production efficiency, ensuring enough piglets for farmers. Among poultry species, swans are perhaps the most special because of their appearance. This is also an uncommon poultry species, but is successfully bred and raised in China, helping farmers earn millions of dollars in profits each year. Right now, join us to explore the black swan farm in China. For a long time in the subconscious of the Chinese people, the swan has represented a symbol of faithful love. Currently, raising black swans is mainly for ornamental purposes instead of food like other poultry species, and they are consumed heavily in rich, crowded areas in China. Pet animal lovers do not hesitate to spend large sums of money to raise swans at home, so this could be a potential and profitable industry in the future. Not only breeding swans for ornamental purposes, some swan farms also serve as tourist attractions, where visitors can see and interact with birds. This is also one of the forms of economic development from swans. Farmers increase their income from collecting admission tickets and selling souvenirs related to them. Swan farms mainly develop in areas with ponds and lakes, and the climate is suitable for them. When starting a swan farm, farmers need to make significant initial investments in land, water, and facilities for the birds. Furthermore, the cost of investing in seed sources is also significant, so raising black swans is not yet popular in the Chinese farming community. In addition, keeping rare animals such as black swans often requires special licenses and compliance with strict regulations, which can vary by region. So, what breeding processes have successful black swan farms applied to earn profits of up to millions of dollars each year? The important thing to develop a black swan farm is water quality and the environment. They can grow well in good ecological environments, surrounded by clean water and fresh air. If there is no natural lake, farms need to simulate artificial lakes to create ideal conditions for swans to grow. The main food of swans is aquatic animals, and farmers add appropriate grains and vegetables. To ensure nutritional needs, food must contain enough protein, vitamins, and minerals. It is necessary to clean the swans' water environment to avoid harmful bacteria that can make them sick. . During the breeding period of black swans is also the period when they are most sensitive, so not only provide enough food and water, but also ensure a quiet, safe space and minimize human intervention. Black swans lay about 3 to 8 eggs at a time, with an incubation period of 35 to 40 days. During the incubation process, it is necessary to maintain a stable temperature and humidity and turn the eggs regularly to ensure the eggs hatch successfully. Black swans are susceptible to parasites and diseases common to birds, such as avian flu. Farmers need to vaccinate regularly and take appropriate disease prevention measures. Many foreigners think that Chinese people can eat everything from livestock and poultry to seafood and insects. However, swan is not on the Chinese menu list. The high cost of black swans, along with thousands of years of thought about their symbolism, has kept this bird from becoming a popular food. Black swan farmers increase their income by selling breeding swans or building breeding farms to serve the needs of tourists. They are often raised in areas with beautiful landscapes or natural ecological areas. In addition to serving ornamental purposes, farmers who raise black swans also contribute to preserving and breeding this precious bird species. Although China does not eat black swan meat, its very close neighbor North Korea is encouraged to eat swan meat to cope with the food crisis. Thousands of black swans are raised for food in North Korea, and people also believe that swan meat is rich in nutrition and medicinal value. The North Korean government sees black swan meat as a lifeline to solve the increasingly serious food shortage caused by its policy of closing foreign trade.